Hey everyone, it's Lisa here with another pick a card reading. Today's reading is a request that I got yesterday. I did a community post and I'm going to be doing, I think I got a lot of great requests there, so I'm going to be doing a lot of those, and I have some other ones, but this one just seemed like a really good reading for today. I just felt drawn to do it. And Dyan, I'm not sure how you pronounce her name, but thank you. This was her request, and she had asked, like, kind of like a no contact situation, what action should you take? So it's kind of like advice, from spirit or the universe about what you should do in the situation when you're in no contact with somebody. So that's what we're going to be looking at. And we have 4 piles. Piles 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can go ahead and pause the video at this moment if you want and meditate on which pile you'd like, and the time stamps will be down below. Again, I just want to thank you all for being so supportive of the channel, of me, your sweet comments. Just, they blow me away. Thank you guys very, very much. And, yeah, thank you guys. I really just don't have many more things I can say about that. So let's get into it, into the reading, and there you go. So, for those of you that have chosen pile number 1, this is your reading. So let's see. You're in a no contact situation with somebody. It could be anybody. And what's your advice? Well, we have the 3 of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Judgment card. Interesting energies here. When I was shuffling and the 3 of Swords came out, I automatically started to feel that this situation could involve a lot of pain and heartache for a lot of you, or it could cause a lot of pain and heartache for you. It's kind of like either way you're screwed, sort of. Like that type of energy. Like if you don't contact them, it hurts. If you do contact them, it might hurt. Do you know what I mean? So I kind of get that kind of feeling with that. But for some of you, I guess you could be involved in, there could have been a third party situation here that was very painful. On either side, so what should you do? I almost feel like you know what to do in this situation, and that's like maybe to focus on something else. For now, I'm going to get some clarifiers here with some cards here. Let's just get some clarification here. I almost feel like you need to work on your spirituality. Can I get some clarification about this? Some extra messages. Okay. Origin, remember your roots. This card loves to pop out for me. Like, I almost wonder if it's like, for me, music. Learn. Okay. Right away with the music card, I'll tell you my initial feeling that I got. And that was like, I almost feel like some of you have had a song pop up in your life recently, and it's trying to guide you. It's like Spirit's way of trying to guide you, to know what you want, kind of, or like to wake you up in some way. It's like somehow you came across a song, or you're going to, and it's like somehow resonates with the situation, and it's like a sign, okay? So, like, maybe you'll see a song, like, recommended on YouTube, or someone will send you one, or maybe there's been one in your life lately, and it just feels like it matches your feelings in some way. Even if you're not comfortable with that, like, it could be, like, a moving on song, or, or anything like that, really. But I do feel like you've been receiving messages about this, like, there has been guidance here, because it says, there is a melody to be heard in the deepest part of the woods if only we listen. So I feel like there has been some kind of, spiritual messages coming towards you about this person, because I do feel like it's a deep connection. It's a deep pain here, a deep. It's not a light decision. It's not. I don't think this is a pile of like a crush. It's something more than that. It's, bigger than that. Or with origins, remember your roots. It might be. The contact is actually coming even from an ancestor or somebody that's passed. It also might be to look at previous situations, how how this relationship sprung up in the first place, the roots of it. Were they bad at the roots? Were the roots already rotted when it began? Do you know what I mean? Like if the situation wasn't, planted in healthy soil, it can be hard to fix that. There might have to be a lot of work done. Do you know what I mean? Like a complete transplant, in terms of like, I guess I'm using gardening references here, but you know what I mean? Look at the roots. Remember that. What was it, what's the core of this, these feelings? What place were you in mentally? What place were they in mentally? You know what I mean? And learn. Take a lesson from the owls, deeply observe the night, and you'll become a little wiser in the day. Yeah, I almost feel like you guys need to do some meditation work, and you'll get a spiritual answer. I feel like there's a spiritual answer for this. Let me see. Can I get any other messages for pile number 1 regarding what action should they take? Should they take? Or what's more about the situation? Okay. Release your power. Dress of alchemy. Let's see here. Yeah, I feel like you've been bottling stuff up. Maybe not wanting to see the truth, because sometimes the truth hurts and you don't like it. And I've been in that position as myself, You have a powerful energy when this beautiful being shows up in your readings. You have a strong, powerful, vibrant energy that changes lives. And with that comes great responsibility. Some people may be eroding their own energy fields with blame, discontent, and choosing the same destructive patterns over and over again. That's what I'm saying. Was this relationship built on something healthy? Are the roots of this relationship healthy? Do you know what I mean? Is this like a situation where it has had a destructive pattern? Do you get what I mean? When this being walks in, she shows that it is possible to change deeply and truly. Deeply, just like the roots, and truly, and to become clear, bright, strong, healthy, and very powerful in terms of your energy. She understands the responsibility and has worked consistently and with great discipline and earnestness to be able to create. The eyes in her wings make it impossible to hide from the truth of who you are. That's kind of what I feel like, that there is like, there's something about this connection where you need to open up your eyes. And then it says, she speaks. It's time for you to celebrate who you truly are this time, to acknowledge you have some energetic debris that needs to be cleared. And when you do this, the gold of who you truly are will shine through, just as these oh my gosh. Alchemy. Alchemical. Alchemical. Wow, you can correct me, guys. Symbols shine from my dress. It's no longer possible in this new energy to hide who you are. You must take the time to be truly yourself. There's no cloak to hide within, as you can see. This dress I wear reveals all my magics and all my secrets. The secrets and the wisdoms of the ages are being revealed now more than ever. When you have cleared your energy field of the guilt, the fear, the jealousy, and the envy, you will be able to shine brightly too. Yeah. I feel like there's some clarity coming for you in this situation. I feel like it has to do with music, but also like trying to do some spiritual work. Wow, my phone is going off. Hold on. Okay, sorry. What I'm seeing here with the Knight of Pentacles is that for some of you, I almost feel like you're on this road. Like, I almost feel like you're almost over this person, that you've already started making progress in your life. Started to try to focus on the more, stable things of your life, your career, or taking care of your home, or doing a physical type of hobby. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like your energy has been a bit redirected, but there's still part of you that hangs on to this pain of this person. And honestly, as an action towards them, I think it's going to be individual on your situation, and I don't exactly want to give you... I almost feel like you working on yourself may give them a wake-up call as well. Like your own self-focus, your own self-dedication, working on your own power. That's like what you should do, because it might even give them kind of a wake-up call. It might give them that moment of like realization, like that it's not going to be changed. I want to just take one more card here. I want to just ask the Moonology cards, what's going to happen if you, what happens if pile number 1 just keeps focusing on themselves? Can I get 1 card, please? That's 2 cards. That's 3 cards. Wow, that's not what I asked for. Yeah, okay, here we go. I think these are meant to come out, though. Let me just see. So we have full moon in Virgo. You're good enough. Expect powerful change, new moon eclipse, and take time to breathe out. Disseminating moon. So yeah, I feel as if that's kind of what you need to be focusing on yourself. I would honestly just keep focusing on yourself, keep building your life. I would really encourage you guys to really just keep digging into your spirituality, digging into your power. I feel like you're a lot stronger than you think you are or know you are. I feel like you have a lot of abilities to see in your, and for sometimes, you know, sometimes people, I notice with these pick a card readings, they're like, and I've been in a kind of similar situation myself before, where you're like, what is the purpose of this? Like, why did this happen? And, you know, sometimes these type of situations can even be like a way to awaken our spirituality. You know, painful situations can cause so much transformation, actually. Not just in terms of, you know, learning lessons for that your next relationship, but learning lessons about yourself and how to move forward in your life, how to deal with things. And yeah, it might spur you into things like hobbies and things that you never, you know, knew that, you know, you could do. So I feel like that's kind of my advice for you, is just to keep working on yourself. Keep working on your power, on your spiritual power, on your money, on your, you know, your goals, your physical goals, your health, your mental health, like all of the above, like all of that. Just keep working on it. And I almost feel like I said, I feel like you're in for kind of a spiritual awakening in some way, with a lot more knowledge about this. Like I said, you could have an ancestor around you that's, you know, trying to, you know, help you and guide you through this, and is calling you to learn more about yourself. And as well, oh yeah, and then I said learn. and yeah, I feel like you're going to be more wiser here with this learn card. You're becoming more wiser. You're leveling up, not just in relationships, but in many ways. Like, I feel like this ricochets, this type of pain, the 3 of Swords, ricochets into all aspects of your life. It affects everything. You know what I mean? It's not just like a little bit of a disappointment. It's something that can really, you know, cause a lot of pain and suffering, and can affect you, you know, throughout your life, or like, you know, throughout all the areas of your life there. With music, again, I feel like some of you might be connected to a song recently, you know, recently, or will be, and it's like a sign from your, you know, your guides, your angels, whatever, you know, your ancestor, or whatever you believe in, that's kind of trying to open your eyes to something. I feel like there's some meaning in some kind of music that you're listening to or will be listening to. But yeah, and if you already know what it is, tell me what it is in the comments, because I love music. But maybe you've been connecting to a certain song lately. Look for messages in it. If you wake up with the song stuck in your head in the morning, what is it? I have that happen to me a lot. So, anyways, guys, I hope that helps you, and is, you know, useful for you in some way. And if you did appreciate this reading, let me know in the comments below. Let me know you picked this pile, and I'll see you all in the next reading. Okay, so if you chose some pile number 2, this is going to be your reading. So, what should you do in your no contact situation? What kind of action should you take? Okay, yep, I remember these ones. I thought this was interesting that the King and the Queen of Swords came out. And the Death card. We're going to definitely take some clarifiers for this. But right away with the King and Queen of Swords, I'm seeing that there needs to be honest, clear, and logical discussion. Okay? These are truthful discussions. There have to be 2 sides. There has to be a discussion that is completely clear and honest. That's the only way I feel like there can be a transformation. Now, of course, everyone's going to have a different situation. So, like, maybe some of you haven't really been honest. Um, I know a lot of people, and I think even I can be like this sometimes, is like we kind of expect the other person to know what we're feeling. Um, like to pick up our cues and kind of like, even if we're not very forthright with what we're saying, we kind of expect them to get it. And it's like if they don't get it, we get frustrated. And we're like, are you stupid or what? Like, I was trying to tell you this, but you didn't actually quite say it clearly. And maybe that's not the case, but I do feel like there needs to be some mature communication here. But that's very clear, honest, and direct. Okay? That's what I'm getting right away. For anything to happen, I feel like that there does have to be a transformation. That could be the transformation with the death card, could be that there needs to be the death of unclear communication. So if you haven't been, very clear in your feelings or your communication, I feel like this is a little bit of a call out for you to change that. Like you need to transform the way you're speaking if you haven't been clear. If not, okay, and say you're like, no, I've always been clear and direct with this person. Like it's never been an issue. I tell them exactly what I feel, or he or she or whatever. I tell them exactly what I feel, and that isn't a problem for me. Then it might be that you just need to perhaps give them one more chance about trying to transform this. Like, because obviously if you're in a no contact situation, it either ends or you start talking again, right? So, that's kind of what this death card is about. Are you going to transform your relationship to talking again, or are you just going to, completely put it to rest, is what I'm getting. I feel like there has to be a discussion about this. Like, because that's what the sword suit is all about, thinking and communicating and all that good stuff. Let's see. Let's get some clarification here. So I'm definitely feeling like there should be some communication here, but we'll see. I want to see what the oracle cards say and see if there's any other advice or, I don't know, messages. Candy cane angel, it's time for a treat. Okay. Holding on way too tight. A time for spirit. Okay, 3 came out. I wasn't planning on that, but where did I put my... Oh, there it is. Okay, let's start with Candy Cane Angel, because that one's throwing me off. This is a new deck. Yeah, this is a bit of a new deck. Deborah got it. Deborah got it off the wish list, and I'm still haven't got to use it very much. I find it... I both like and dislike the art. I don't know. I have weird feelings about it. I like it and then I don't. I don't know. Okay. Okay. Wait, no, this is the wrong one. Hold on. 37. Oh, I'm on 38. Okay, sorry. It's time for a treat. The Candy Cane Angel is in charge of letting you know when it's time for some little luxuries that will reconnect you with your self-love and self-worth. She, too, holds back from giving to herself, as she is an earnest and industrious little angel. But her message is always clear. It's time for some fun. You know what my problem is, and you know what your problem is? No? Well, let me tell you. Our problem is that we both feel guilty about giving ourselves pleasure. See this little treat in my hands? It's not bad, is it? It's not evil, is it? But can I bring myself to just sit down and taste every moment in its sugary sweet delights? No. I have to wonder if it's the right time, if I have done enough to earn this treat, to wonder why I should get this when so many do not have a single candy cane for their own self. I torment myself with these things, and so do you. How about we make a deal? Next time you ponder a gift to yourself, whatever it is, know that when you energetically tell yourself, I'm way too busy for that indulgence, you're really saying, I do not deserve that. Well, let's decide that you do. I'm about to have my treat. I now charge you with the same quest. Give yourself... So, I almost wonder, for some of you, this could be a message. And I feel like some of these cards might resonate differently with different people. Obviously, this is a general reading. Come on, guys. Not not everything can resonate 100%. And I feel like there are always different messages within a pile, and it's your, your job to kind of figure out which messages are meant for you. But for some of you, you may not even be, you might even be holding back from this person because you feel like you don't deserve them in some way. You feel like you can't be with them. There's something, I feel like, because the Queen of Swords also can be a very logical card that, thinks, oh, this isn't possible. We got to do things the right way. And there might be something about this that in your mind, this relationship or this contacting them or, this person, that makes you feel like that in some way. So if that is the case, and maybe you've been feeling like that, and maybe you guys are just having a little argument, about maybe you haven't, maybe there's been something about self-indulgence. That's the reason of the argument in the first place, of the no contact. Or maybe you haven't felt like I said, like you are able to be with this person for some reason, like, oh, with some self-doubting thoughts, or maybe I don't have time, or I don't have time for this relationship, and so on and so forth. Or it could be maybe this person's energy. Maybe it's time to be honest about your feelings if you haven't been. And then here with strangely lonely. Well, I think we can already guess what this means, right? With some logic. Okay. This sweet and defiant being holds fast to her Celtic cross, clutching her belief system because without it, she is not sure who she truly is. Perhaps it was given to her by a beloved. Perhaps it represents her family, a loved one, or aspects of her soul. But the reason she holds on so tight is that she is lonely and has yet to connect with her soul family on a day-to-day basis. There are times in your life when you too may be surrounded by people, even those who you call friends, but you still feel extremely lonely amid it all, as she does. You may feel like you need a barrier between yourself and the world, as she does. There is a sense that you feel too strongly your individuality and that you are lonely, as she is too. You're holding too tightly, or so tightly to something that it is proving to be a barrier between you and others, which is why you feel so alone at times. At present, you may need to open up just a little and admit that you crave like-minded people around you. This does not mean people who do the same things for you as living as you. For a living as you. It means people who speak to your soul. You're craving metaphysical and mysterious discussions, and you've got some questions that truly need answers, or at least exploration. It's time to consult oracles, the ones that we find when we seek out friends who tell us what they see, not what they think we wish to hear. And what you're likely to hear is that you must let something go. Now with that, that time of, letting go, it might be letting go of some of the logic. Like, say you've kind of cut this person off because, like I said, you don't feel like you deserve them, or you feel like it won't work out, or you're skeptical. It's too good to be true. They're too nice. I can't trust this. I've been hurt in the past. Then I definitely feel like maybe you're holding too tightly to beliefs like that, and you should be direct and honest with your feelings. And then we have a time for spirit, which is, well, I think is a card that's kind of self-explanatory, but let's just look over the guidebook a little bit. And it says, hold on. You may love your guilt-free rants, staying up too late and happily behaving badly, but you're about to balance all of that out with some very powerful new spiritual teachings and connections. You are to meet a wise one who seems very still, very slow, and very peaceful. She will be tranquil and serene and immersed in a path that until now has felt too slow or foreign for you. But this teacher, who is represented by the pink lotus fairy, will assist you in finding more of your soul's true wisdom. Within this time of inner discovery, you will commit to disciplined new training in mental realms, study and physical movement that is unfamiliar and unfamiliar. Oh my God, sorry. Wow. Okay, to you, all of which helps you to naturally choose thoughts that are empowering and enlivening, yet completely authentic and real. You'll learn to be still and to listen to the beat of your heart without giving in to restlessness or the critical voice inside. Very critical, that, in the negative energy of the swords, it can be a very critical energy. Or the cliches the ego loves to trip you up with. After you have learned more discipline through peaceful practice of meditation or exercise or mantras, you will nurture yourself more willingly, without guilt, and you will have returned to a place of tranquility, self-love, and peace. You will bring into balance your own shadows and light. Don't worry, you'll be happier and more peaceful, but you won't be boring. You could never be. Yeah, I feel like it does say that somebody's going to be coming into your life, and it doesn't have to be like a physical person, okay? And I don't feel like it's this person. It could be that you discover, for instance, a YouTuber that just speaks to you in some way. Um, like, there are some really good self-help type of people I follow. Um, just like, it might be something like that you find, or somebody on Instagram, or somebody on, Facebook or something. You know what I mean? It could be just like someone that you end up following that kind of helps you balance some of this. I feel like you have a very critical inner voice. And I feel like there's a double message here for you guys with this Queen of Swords. I almost feel like many of you have been very critical of this connection, like following too much logic. Like you might flip back and forth, like between these logical thoughts, like, okay, well, like not letting yourself have something because you have that critical inner voice. Now, of course, the Queen of Swords is it's not a bad card. It is the higher, vibration of the Swords energy, and of course, it'd be better than a Page or a Knight, particularly. But at the same time, there are always negatives. I don't do reversals, but that's why I have to remember the reverse, type of energies that can come with this. Um, you know, because that's why I try to, that's why I don't use reversals per se usually. Because I feel like, every card has a good and a bad side. But, yeah, I'm just getting on, like, that you're holding on to tight to beliefs about yourself, critical beliefs about yourself. And in terms of, like, what action should you take? Like I said, I still agree with the fact that I feel like to fix the situation, to transform it the way it is, there has to be open, honest communication. Again, I feel that many of you haven't exactly been saying what you're actually feeling. Maybe you were too scared to because you're afraid of putting your feelings out there. So you try to keep it kind of like try to keep your feelings out of it in some way, sort of, or try to act like I don't know. Maybe sometimes at times you could be a bit critical. But again, I feel like the action that you should take is either, I think there are two things, okay? There is either logical communication, a logical conversation, a clear, honest, concise conversation needs to happen with this person that could help transform things, or, if you don't really feel like doing that, then I think it would be to just kind of logically look at whether this person is good for you or bad for you, if maybe there's something better out for you. Maybe you've been hanging on to this person so tightly because you don't think that there's anything better out there for you, and the answer is that there is. There is more out there for you. There are other people that I promise will make you happy, and do you know what I mean? So, like, I think there's a dual message here. There are a lot of people reading these, watching these readings, and so I feel like you'll know which one resonates with you more. If not, just meditate on it a bit, I do feel, again, there's a need to get in touch with your spiritual side. Be more forgiving. Do some self-love affirmations, some meditations. This just came out. I was just kind of trying to shuffle the cards for the next, pile. But we had Sea Storm pop out. Calm amid chaos. So finding that calm, I do feel like your mind is a little bit chaotic right now. And you need to make it not be so chaotic. Okay? I hope that helps you guys in some way. If it does, let me know. If you want to let me know that you chose pile number 2, I'd love to hear about that in the comments. And wishing you all the very, 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 very best. How many very should I say? A bazillion. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next reading. Hey guys, so if you've chosen pile number 3, this is your reading. Oh, this is an interesting one. I'm kind of like, what action should you take in a no contact situation? We have Temperance, the Ten of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. Often when I've gotten the Four of Pentacles, like, well, not often, like every time I get the Four of Pentacles in a reading, it's like, no. So, but then I see some Temperance and Ten of Cups. So I'm definitely going to want to be taking some clarification on this. I do feel like with this Temperance card, it is the universe's message to you to take time to find some balance inside of yourself. We see her balancing emotions, that they're flowing. And I feel like perhaps this is a message that you haven't felt in balance about the situation, which probably you aren't since you're watching a pick a card reading. I guess you could just say that's logic. But I do think it's reflected in these cards as well, about this need to find a flow. For some of you, this could be a family type of situation, or you have a family with this person. But I also feel like there's a need to stand your ground in some way. So I feel like, again, there will be different messages for different people, like the last pile. For some of you, I feel like, let's just see what the oracle says. Let me get some number 1. Well, we got new life popping out. Imagine. And one more. That's it. I can't take any more than that. Serendipity. Okay, interesting. New life, imagine, and serendipity. I know that serendipity talks about synchronicities and, destiny, fate. Imagine. Okay, let's see here. I'm just trying to see what I feel, but as well, I want to look at the book here. Yeah, birth of new ideas, growth, opportunities, a breath of fresh air, life renewing itself. Let's look at the new energy enters old relationships, and new relationships are bursting with the sweetness and vibrance only encountered when winter gives way to spring. This is a time to connect with others and share excitement, passion, and hearts full of joy. This card is a very auspicious sign with respect to love and partnership in all form. And then with imagine. Yeah, I felt that there's two messages here, and we're going to have to figure out which one belongs to you. You're going to have to figure that out. Imagine. Turning imagination into manifestation, creative thought, visualization, the power of aligning imagery and feelings, creativity and illusions. In matters of the heart, it's easy to daydream about another as a means of connecting to that person. Well, that's romantic. If you want this relationship to be real, you need to go for it, not just dream about it. Now is the time to move beyond the daydream and into reality, beyond illusion and into fruition. Relationships are about relating, so step out onto the dance floor where imagination partners with manifestation. The message of this card is that a person with attributes you imagined will enter your life. You'll be changed for the better. Imagine that. Okay, I have a good feeling that many of you... Okay. Opportunity allied... Okay, so this is serendipity. Opportunity allied with readiness, the awareness of synchronicity, luck and good fortune appearing as signs and symbols, a magical alignment of events. Spirit has a plan, and that plan is to place you in front of the right person at the right time. You have met or are about to meet someone vitally important to your journey, someone Spirit wants to bring into your life. Only divine forces can plan this meeting. It's out of your hand. Pay attention. Oh, out of your hand, sorry. Pay attention to the signs Spirit presents. Okay, yeah, I feel like you get a lot of synchronicities about this person. Like perhaps you see their name different places, or, a song that you associate with them pops up all the time, or, numbers, or, just particular signs are popping up for you. Oh, man. I feel like you guys are blocking this yourself. I feel like you're trying to, okay, because that's kind of what temperance almost even kind of remind me of, is about manifesting something, about finding that perfect balance. And I feel like you know what you want, and you're trying to, you have, knowledge of that. And you have the vision of what you want, that 10 of Cups, that ultimate happiness, that ultimate family and friendship and close relationship and just like, you know, the end of the rainbow, everything's beautiful. You have that dream in your head. But you have the Four of Pentacles, and it's like she's just sitting there holding on and trying to be protective of what she's got. And so I feel like many of you, what action should you take? I don't know. I feel like for many of you, if this person, if this isn't a situation where you are being stubborn about perhaps like, well, maybe not even stubborn, maybe you're scared to approach them, maybe you don't know what to do in the situation, you're scared to put yourself out there, you're scared to share, to lose something, you know, to lose face, or, you know, I feel like you need to throw that kind of attitude out the window, okay? Now, for others of you, if this has been like a toxic relationship in the past and you finally are kind of getting your balance back, or you know you need to, that you need to get yourself back in alignment, your emotions back in alignment, your mind back in alignment, because you still want that perfect happiness, I feel like maybe it's best for you to stay put and imagine something better. Imagine a better life with somebody else, you know, imagine and call in that right person, okay? That's why I said, I think that there are dual messages here. For some of you, if you have been stubborn about opening up to this person, and maybe the no contact isn't even a fight or anything, it's just kind of like you are kind of scared to put yourself out there and you're not sure if you should, then I feel like go for it. Put yourself out there a little bit with this person. There's very well a chance that this is divinely guided and, you know, divinely inspired. But for those of you where you have been, like I said, trying to find your balance in life, trying to, you know, come to terms with what you want, what your perfect ending would be, what your happy ending would be in a relationship, I feel like maybe, you know, for some of you, you might even realize that it isn't with this person, okay? Let's just get a few extra messages here. Let's just see if the whispering... Wait, hold on. Let's see if there's any other messages here. Yeah, we have time. Embracing the new drops of life before they disappear with the morning sun. Oh, you guys might see seeing numbers a lot. Wish. Make a wish with the dandelion in the wind. Yeah, like I said, imagine, manifest what you want. Risk. Learn to grow wherever you are planted. So yeah, for some of you, this person might be a risk for you. It's scary to open yourself up. And it's like you've been wishing for them and you're seeing all these signs, but you're still not doing anything. Transform. Emerge with beauty and grace from your cocoon. And the opposite. For some of you, maybe you're not letting go of this person because you're like, maybe I'm too old, or maybe I'm not this, or maybe I'm not that. Idle hours. Take some time to lay out in the emerald grass. Oh, that's funny. Emerald grass, and that kind of reminds me of this card right there. And a lot of grass here, right there. Yeah, for some of you, I feel you might be holding on to this person. For those of you that are like in a situation where maybe this was not the healthiest relationship, it's like you might be worried about, you're too old to pursue something new, maybe. Maybe you're afraid of losing a family connection if you have a family with this person. But wish, it's like you're supposed to be making a wish. You're supposed to get what you want in life, okay? You shouldn't hold yourself back with something that doesn't make you happy. You know, and I feel like when you put that out there, you can manifest anything you want. Any person, not any person you want, obviously, if they're not energetically on your level. I don't believe in manifesting a particular person exactly against their will, sort of. I wouldn't advise that, because I definitely feel like you can get someone to contact you through meditation. There's plenty of meditation videos out there for you, but I feel like if it's not really in a line, you guys are in the right alignment together, it's just going to be a temporary solution. It just kind of works as a band-aid for the situation. Like, oh, they'll contact you, and then they will, and then it just still won't go anywhere. But anyways, that's not the point of this. But risk. It's like, I feel like it feels like a risk for either of you guys. Whoever's in whatever camp you're in this reading, I feel like it's a risk that you're scared to take. We have that Four of Pentacles energy. Either you're hanging on too tightly to this person, or you're hanging too tightly and trying to protect yourself because it feels risky. Okay? So whatever is going on with this, there is a risk required, of you, and it's scary. But you have some take some time out to lie on the emerald grass. For many of you, I think you need to keep working on yourself mentally and emotionally, trying to find that balance, that harmony within yourself, and transform, emerge with beauty and grace from your cocoon. Either, that's what this kind of reminds me of. Look at how she's waking up to new life. It's like, if you've been manifesting this person, I really feel like you should let go of your fear of risks, because you do have this, happy ending that you're imagining, and I feel like, the only way to get that is to go after it. You're not going to get it sitting and not talking. Okay? You're not. It just doesn't work like that. It's just like any other manifestation. I see that as one of the biggest problems I see with manifestation work is that, and I've been guilty of this in the past or whatever, but this idea of, oh, I'll manifest anything, but then you don't actually do anything to make it happen. That can be a difficult thing. But it is scary to make big choices. I don't blame you guys for that, because it is hard to put yourself out there, especially if you've had previous experience feeling bad, in previous situations where maybe you were rejected or it didn't work out, or, you know what I mean, whatever kind of trauma you have associated with that, or whatever makes you scared to take a risk. But I feel like I said, again, there are two kind of suggestions here for you guys. For those of you, where it was something unhealthy, you knew it was, you need to start balancing yourself out, working on yourself, picturing what you want, doing meditations to kind of picture the life you want. I know that Gem Goddess, or is that right? It's that girl that's like the Leo King's ex-wife. She has a nice channel. She does pick a card readings and like law of attraction work. She has a meditation video. I actually did it like 2 weeks ago. I tried it. I fell asleep during it, damn it. But I always fall asleep during meditations if I do it in bed. She just put me right to sleep. But, and I actually have some plans to do some meditation videos as well. I've just been waiting to, because I have my husband is a musician, so he has a lot of studio equipment stuff, but I just haven't gotten around to it because it's hard for me to find quiet time to do such a thing. But find that meditation. She has a meditation about manifesting your dream life, and it's so cool. It's like you get in the shoes and then you see what your life would look like. For some of you, that's what you need to be doing. I think either way, you need to be doing that. Like, you need to be thinking about what you really want in life and imagining it. But not only imagining, acting. Whether you are the person who needs to let go of this person, or you're the person who maybe needs to let go of the insecurities or things you're holding on to that block you from moving forward. Okay? I hope that helps. I know it was kind of rambly, but I feel like it was an important message for you guys. If you resonated with it, let me know in the comments below. You could let me know you picked pile number 3, and I'll see you on the next reading. Okay, my last beautiful pile number 4. Isn't this gorgeous? I love it. I actually don't like purple very much. I used to not to, and now all of a sudden I've been really drawn to like purples and violets. It's really weird because it was always one of my least favorite colors. And like lately I've been so into it for some reason. I don't know why. Because I've always been like a green and a blue, a gray type of person. Yeah, so what action should you take? 5 of Pentacles, 8 of Swords, 9 of Cups. I'm seeing kind of some similar messages here. This almost kind of reminds me of the energy of the last pile. Certainly with the 5 of Pentacles, I can feel your pain in the situation in a way. Like, I feel like you've been left out by this person in some way. Perhaps you've left them out, but I feel like it's more your energy. You felt left out, and you just don't know what to do with the 8 of Swords. It's like there's no clear answer, and you're not really budging per se, because the one important thing about the 5 of Pentacles is that, and I know I've said this before, and sometimes I feel repetitive, but I never know who's watched my videos before and who hasn't, but the 5 of Pentacles represents an energy of feeling, down and out. And, obviously you see these two women walking huddled up in the cold, and they're freezing, and, it can represent, financial problems, but it can also represent any kind of insecurity in your life, being in an insecure place where you're not on the inside, you're not feeling great. And I feel like you guys have been in a situation where you're not secure. Obviously, you're at this reading, so I mean, come on. But the thing about the Five of Pentacles is that there is, behind them, there's a window, and it looks like a church window, right? So it's like there's somewhere that they could go into to get warmth. And there is a way out of this situation if they could ask for help, if they could kind of pull themselves out of this situation, okay? So perhaps for some of you, you might have been too afraid to approach your person. It might be that you have a lot of pride and you don't want to like be the first one to say something because maybe they hurt your feelings, or maybe you're the type that's just like doesn't want to like make the first move, like I said. Even if it hurts, you know, even if you're hurting, you still don't want to. There's like too much pride for that. With that Eight of Swords, again, stuck in emotions and, you know, surrounded by thoughts. If you can see, she's standing in this puddle. You almost wonder, what's this puddle? Is it her own emotion? Is it her own tears? But then there are all these swords that represent thoughts around her. So she's kind of blocked by them and she can't really move, you know, from them. But she's not seeing clearly either. So I feel like there's definitely some confusion here, you know, just conflicted energy, not wanting to exactly see. But then we have a beautiful card right here, the Nine of Cups. So, interesting. I feel like for some of you, you are kind of blocking your own wish fulfillment, your own happiness. That's what the Nine of Cups is all about. It's about wish fulfillment. And it could be because you're stuck on this person, or it could be because you're afraid to come up. That's why I said it's a very similar energy to pile number 3. Let's see. What messages are there for pile number 4? Those that chose pile number 4. What messages are there? Okay. Here we go. We've got retreat. Spoil yourself in the morning mist. Breathe in nature's sweet scents. Yeah, I almost feel like you've retreated, but you're not even happy about it. And it's almost like a self-imposed one, I'm guessing. Because you're not like letting yourself be happy for some reason. I'm wondering, why is that? Trust. The robin trusts her wings, not the branch she sits on. Trusting yourself. Interesting. Rather than the branch. Rather than other things. Let's see. Any other messages for pile number 4? I saw journey kind of flip out there, but let's see. I like him to fly out if possible. Yeah, renew. And idle hours. Okay. Oh, let's see. Yeah, there could be a lack of trust here. Maybe you don't trust this person. Maybe something's happened in the past. Again, I feel like it's a dual energy here for some of you. Maybe you don't trust your intuition about this person. Maybe you're retreating because you don't want to... You have mental blocks regarding your happiness. Let's see, a change in the wind came out. What else? The tribe. Let's see what else comes out. What else does truth be told? To be fair. Okay, interesting. Let's see. Okay, still checking my time on my camera. Yeah, so we have a change in the wind. With the tribe right away, I'm going to say that for some of you, there could be outside influences in this, like societal influences right away. I want to say family influences that could be holding you back in some way. That could cause blockages for you. Maybe you're afraid of what people will think. Maybe that was a problem on their end. So I'm just going to say that, and then I'm going to take that out for now so that we have more room, because I feel like these messages are more important. So we have a change in the wind, to be fair, and truth be told. Okay, let's get in the book a little bit and dig for this. I definitely see, with that truth be told, a window into the soul, into the heart, space being opened. Yeah, I do feel like many of you are denying yourself your own happiness. I don't know why I'm getting this with so many people. What is wrong with you guys? Be kind to yourself. Let's see. Bum, bum, bum. I keep skipping over it. Honesty, accepting things at face value, coming out of denial, the willingness to be transparent, clarity of communication. Yeah. This, let's see. People tell you who they are very quickly if you're willing to listen to what they say and pay attention to how they behave. This card calls you to engage in heartfelt, open conversation. It's time to see the truth about what you share with each other and tell the truth about who you are and what you need. No one can do that for you. Remember that your truth is always based on your personality and experience up to now. A higher truth will be found after you communicate honestly and see how doing so has helped you become more attuned with yourself. Don't hold back. Speak your truth and listen. Yeah, for some of you, you might not have wanted to speak truth. Kind of like what I was saying, like a forced retreat, sort of. Like you're retreating and you're not really letting yourself out of this energy. And again, like I feel like there is a happy ending for you either way. Depending on what which part you are in. Okay, so to be fair, we have essential meanings are balance, justice, a need to consider options, mutual benefit, the law of cause and effect. So, can you find a way to achieve fairness right now? This is a time for listening as well as speaking, for understanding as well as asking to be understood. There is much to be learned, and you will learn it if you remain open and objective, weighing options and considering all sides. Your heart wants to connect to others, so allow for a balanced exchange of ideas and actions. The best kind of relationship is one in which there is mutual benefit and each party feels heard, valued, and respected. Be fair to all. And one more. We're going to look at the change in the wind, which is a sense that unseen change has been initiated, preparation for a storm, awareness that your plans are not on firm ground, feeling a shift, uncertainty about which directions the winds will blow. Okay, relationships go through periods where partners seem out of sync with each other and stormy emotions and moods threaten to take down the ship. Perhaps someone has a change of heart and leaves. These rough seas offer opportunities for mutual growth, a way for you to understand your own heart better and to know what you need to be truly happy. Rest assured that whatever is happening now, good will come from it. Take temporary shelter and remove yourself from drama. The air will clear and everything will be fresh and new again. This too shall pass. You guys, okay, I'm kind of understanding this retreat card a little bit more. Yeah, maybe things have been a little bit chaotic, and you just kind of had to put yourself out of the situation a little bit. Maybe they did. It could be their energy as well. I do feel like, honestly, one of the best things going forward for you in terms of this relationship is to have a good conversation with this person, or at least try to have one, where you're open and honest about your feelings, where you open your heart, and maybe in turn they'll open theirs. Trust that, it'll work out if you share your feelings, I feel like you need to trust in yourself, in your truth. But I feel like definitely there's a good energy here. I feel like it's going to go well. And even if it doesn't, go in the way that you want it to, at least you're going to get maybe that off of you. Because I feel like a lot of what is in your heart and mind right now is really weighing you down and keeping you tied back from being happy. I feel like you're in a pretty negative energy at the moment, in a bit, because, or at least feeling like you don't know what to do, like how to move forward. Should you move on? Should you not move on? I feel like it's about being honest and communicative with this person, and that will bring you kind of that independent kind of ability, happiness, to kind of, move on, or move on with them or without them, either way. Okay, so let's take a Moonology card, because I feel guided to do that for you guys. Let's see. Okay. Messages. Pile number 4. What is her message? Well, we had luck is on your side on the bottom there. That fell out. Sometimes these things fall in chunks. I try to sometimes if I really feel like taking it, I will, but Oh gosh, hold on. I'm not the best shuffler. This is, yeah, that's not always, this is why sometimes I don't shuffle on camera. Because it's just, I feel like I'm a messy shuffler. Expect powerful change. Luck is on your side. I do feel like this can go well. Like, I feel like you really need to communicate with this person. Perhaps if you're still in a really negative energy, it might be time to, like, still stay back. But I feel like once you kind of, like, are ready to kind of clearly say what you want, because that's another thing. I don't feel like you're in a very clear energy now with that Eight of Swords. Oops. I don't feel like you're exactly in the clearest energy. In terms of what you're feeling, what you're wanting, it's time to release negativity. Yeah, I feel like that's what you need to be working on. And then I feel like you can come to this person kind of with your, what's on your mind and feelings. Because, we have new moon in Sagittarius, new moon eclipse, expect powerful change, luck is on your side, and it's time to release negativity. I really feel like that's what this is about. I feel like you're not feeling very positive about the situation, which, obviously there probably is a reason for that. Maybe you don't feel good enough, maybe you're too proud, don't want to really show up in that way for them. But I can see that there's discomfort here, I mean, who would want to be tied up like that? Sitting, standing in a puddle of their tears and surrounded by their horrible thoughts, or their thoughts, and like, and just be stuck in that, but still not see them very clearly. It's kind of like like a tornado around you or something of like, and you don't know what the hell's going on. It's like, I feel like retreat out of that energy. Start trying to apply some logic to the situation. Look at your heart. See what the blockages are. There's a change here coming, but it's like, I feel like, I feel like this change in the wind is almost like that kind of energy you're going through now. Like, you're not sure what's going on. It's so confusing. But I feel like you need to trust in yourself, like I said. Again, retreat. Release negativity. But I feel like, in terms of, I do feel like you should talk to this person, honestly. Like, I feel like you should contact them when you're ready. If you're going to be a negative Nancy, maybe don't contact them right away. Maybe get rid of some of that negativity, and then come out with a better energy, where you're feeling like this. When you're feeling kind of more like your cups are filled and you're feeling pretty good about yourself, and your emotions are a bit more balanced and in a more positive state, then I think it would be time to contact them. Maybe you've already gotten to this place a little bit. One more. Let's just pull one more, because I don't know why. I just want to. Wow, I can't shuffle these. These cards are kind of a toughie. Okay, let's see. See the big picture. Be generous of spirit. You remember when I talked about, oh my gosh, okay, wait, I was doing a reading from my sister, and it was funny, she had gotten something about greed, and then she had this card at the same time. I think it was her, or maybe it was somebody else. But anyways, I recently had this before, and it was funny because I talked about pride, and oh my god, there's another card that didn't come out. But yeah, be generous of spirit. I almost feel like again, not opening up to this person. For some of you, I don't necessarily mean that's all for you, like, for all of you, that you're just like all blocked off, and but I feel like you shouldn't hold on to any pride. If you're afraid to talk to them first, don't be like stuck in your pride, unless of course there's good reason for it. Now, if there's good reason for it, I'm not judging you at all, please, like, don't think of that. I know that we all have, different situations and stuff like that, so if it has been a situation where you should have some, pride, keep it. But see the big picture. There might be more, with this type of thing, it could be that there's a little bit more of the situation. Like, when you retreat, you can kind of see things a little bit more clearly when you get your mind in balance. And, kind of seeing what you really want, and how you'd like to move forward, what you actually want. Focusing on, with that Nine of Cups, having that, what is your wish fulfillment? Is it talking to this person? If it is, maybe let any pride go and just be generous and talk to them. But I feel like it's going to be a little bit different for everyone's situation. For some of you, it might be that you need to focus on yourself. If it's been a particularly toxic relationship, just like in pile 3, like I had said, if it hasn't been a good relationship, that it was something that made you feel like crap all the time, and it made you feel like all muddled because they just screw with your mind, then of course, move on, and take, look at that, see the big picture of that. How did they make you feel in general? Did they make you feel good? Did they make you feel bad? Look at that stuff, because ultimately this is what you want. You want wish fulfillment. You want to be happy. You want to feel like everything's coming your way, emotionally, that you're, feeling in a very positive place. And if this person doesn't really help you get positive emotions, and maybe they're not as generous with spirit as you are, then maybe, seeing the big picture would be making a powerful change, and, realizing that you can move forward into something better. Because there is, like it says, there's luck on your side. You can, I think, either party or group that you're in here, you can have that Nine of Cups happiness, okay? It's just about deciding whether it's with this person or not. And I think that's really going to depend on how they've been in the past and kind of what led up to this question, right? Is it a simple no contact, like, oh, they haven't talked to me in a few days, or, or it's because we had a huge ass fight, and he called me all kinds of names, or they called me all kinds of names. So, what kind of energy are you coming from here to this? I think that will depend a lot on the outcome too. So, as always, listen to your intuition. Listen to that little, thing inside of you. Don't listen to and that's one thing I want to say, is that sometimes we can listen to the fear inside of us and think it's our intuition. So try to be careful to discern between that, okay? Take care, guys, and I really hope this helps you in some way. If it does, let me know you picked pile number 4, and I, appreciate you guys so much. Sending all my love, and I want you all to have the best happiness in the world, okay? Bye, guys.